Hello and welcome to the Living in Naples channel. I'm James Headley and I appreciate you tuning in to our latest episode. As I record this video at the end of April, I'm in the final stages of securing my real estate license in Georgia. Thanks to all of you that have followed this series, and especially those of you that have reached out to me directly for advice that I've had a chance to work with, as well as those who have subscribed to the channel and liked it and shared it as well with friends, family, and colleagues. To all of you and to the clients that I have continued to work with to buy or sell a home in Florida over the past handful of years, I want to say thank you and emphatically have no fear. This does not mean the end of my Naples business. I am maintaining the business there in Naples and merely expanding it to also include the Savannah area, specifically in Georgia. So I'll continue sharing my perspective here on the channel on the Naples and Marco Island market. I'm also going to be shooting some videos here in my new low country home. So today I wanted to outline the top 3 client profiles that I think will benefit most from this expansion. And as always, please do like, subscribe, and share. And if you don't like this extension of my efforts, I also want to hear that from you. So please reach out anytime directly or leave a comment here on the channel. Thanks so much. And without further ado, let's look at the 3 main categories of potential clients that this expansion of my business can help. First, I would say the priced out buyers. If you find yourself in this camp, you may have other options to consider now, and I can be a bit more help in helping you to consider those other options. You only have to watch a sample of videos, a small sample of the videos here on the channel to gather that there are a couple of really consistent themes in these videos. One is that there is a lot to recommend in Southwest Florida. Lots of advantages of living in Southwest Florida, and those continue to be the case. At the same time, you also know that real estate prices have risen like a hockey stick in the past year plus in Southwest Florida and elsewhere, of course, but really dramatically so there. And as a result, the primary reason that I got my real estate license was to be able to provide professional and tailored personal counsel to both buyers and sellers alike. Unfortunately, as inventories have declined and prices have risen in concert with those dwindling inventories, the number of buyers I can reasonably help has declined. It wasn't so long ago that I would be encouraging to someone who had a budget of around $300,000 and was looking for a retirement home, a second home, investment condo, whatever the case may be. Unfortunately, it's been an uphill battle for buyers in that category for more than a year. I'm still working with some of these clients and will continue to do so, but the available options have changed and our conversations start and evolve from a little less optimistic viewpoint, just given the nature of the market in Naples and Marco. Between my expanded network in Florida and my new connections in Georgia, I look forward to being able to help more of these buyers in this category to find some amazing and possibly life-changing results in a little bit easier fashion, a little smoother fashion, and a little more frequently, getting back to some of the early days of my real estate practice there in Florida. And the second category that I think will be benefited would be the Naples area sellers who can draw on my own personal experiences. As I touched on a bit in my recent Where Will I Go video, there are no doubt some owners of homes in Southwest Florida that would love to cash in on their home. They're sitting here thinking about that, but they don't want to do that without having a plan for the next home. And whether that's a primary residence or a second home. I was right there in their shoes earlier this year. I mean, literally just a few months ago, and using me as a sounding board. And maybe one of the options I considered is something that might be beneficial to you, not specifically here in Savannah, but maybe so. A little further up the coast in Florida, perhaps in Northeast Florida, the Carolinas. Just having someone who's been in your shoes might be beneficial to you, and I'd be happy to again serve as that sounding board and perhaps provide some counsel and useful advice to you along the way. Even if those options haven't been on your radar, maybe that conversation will lead you to believe that they should be. And if and when the time does come to sell, I'd be happy to sit down and go over numbers like those that I'm showing here, where in a single neighborhood last year, I helped buyers to get a better deal than anyone else while simultaneously resetting the value of home, a single street, for a number of my seller clients. So I'd love to be a resource to you if and when it is time to sell. But let's talk about what those options might be and whether that's even a good idea before you start to go down that path. And finally, the third category of potential clients that I think might benefit from this expansion of my business would be buyers and sellers outside of Naples and Marco Island. Now, this is a pretty all-encompassing category. So let me share just a few concrete examples that will make sense to those of you tuning in on this channel, I think. If I or someone on my team can't represent you directly, we can help identify someone well-suited to working with you at no incremental cost to you. It's a pretty extreme example, but just this month, a buyer who had contacted me directly earlier this year was able to negotiate a great deal on a for sale by owner investment condo in Bradenton, Florida. They did so using an agent there that I have worked with closely and trust implicitly, and again had a great result with this. And when it turned out that the Naples market just wasn't going to be the right fit for this client, and I'd be happy to talk with you about obviously about the Naples and Marco area, but if there is a better fit elsewhere, I can definitely provide you with some suggestions and a referral as well there. Secondly, a second example under this category is that, again, any day now, I'm anticipating having a Georgia real estate license. So I can personally assist you in your search if Georgia is in the mix. I talk to you about maybe why it should be, certainly specifically here in the Savannah area, but also with my network of colleagues throughout the state. And lastly, even if you think that buying in Naples is absolutely right for you, have you delved in enough at this point to know if that is definitely the case? Have you priced insurance recently? Would an average of, say, even 10 to 15 degrees difference in average winter temperatures be worth considering if it also meant substantial savings? Would 6 private golf courses for a $40,000 initiation fee versus one for over $100,000 move the needle for you if you're a golfer? These are just a few sample questions that you might want to consider when weighing a purchase in Southwest Florida versus perhaps expanding your search. Again, I'd love to hear from you if you fall into any of the above categories or for any other reason related to Southwest Florida or other area real estate. If you have feedback on the channel or if there's anything that I can do to help you, please do not hesitate to contact me anytime. With that said, thanks as always for tuning in today, for liking, sharing, and subscribing, and I'll look forward to speaking with you in the next episode. Thank you.